Very good evening to you. Thanks for clicking on to this late edition of the UK Europe video blog for today, the 4th of November. And we've seen a tremendous amount of flooding across particularly northwest Italy over the past 24 hours or so. We've seen places like Genoa in the northwest part of the country seeing flash flooding, unfortunately, and people were killed from that. And it's all associated with the same area of it's the same cold front basically that brought very heavy rain as well over the past 24 hours to parts of England as well. We've seen tremendous torrential downpours all associated with this cold front, and it's trekking towards the east now, but it's actually breaking up in the northern half. We're seeing actually high pressure now build into the UK, and that will basically provide sunny, settled conditions across the majority of the UK in the coming days. Across Scotland in particular, we're seeing clear skies this evening across the majority of the Republic of Ireland, up in Northern Ireland and Scotland. Rain and showers is continuing across parts of England and Wales this evening, but under those clear skies, light winds and a reasonably cool air mass in place, we've got the potential, the recipe there for some frost formation overnight. Not spectacularly cold, but certainly enough to provide some frosty conditions by tomorrow morning. So more than likely, if you're up reasonably early, you'll be scraping ice off the windscreen of the car tomorrow morning. But I'm going to show you quickly the satellite image of the University of Cologne website for this evening. You can see here, folks, the vast complex area of clouds here. This is all the problem. You've got a curl here. You've got an actual upper level cut-off low pressure system over parts of the Western Mediterranean. What that's doing is it's the front is pretty much sitting here. What that's doing is on the back side of the system we're seeing cooler, drier air getting forced over Portugal through Spain and up against this front. Ahead of the front we've got gale force southerly winds blowing from Africa, and the problem is those gale force winds, as they blow across the very warm waters of the Mediterranean, all this air, very moist air may I add, is getting piled up against the southern slopes of the Alpine region. So once basically you go from the coast inland, the terrain rises quite sharply from the Mediterranean and up towards the Alpine region. So the problem is, of course, you've got all this air being forced up against the hills. You've got the orographic lift, as well as the fact that you've got very warm, very hostile environment. You've got that warm, buoyant, strong, basically uplift in the atmosphere, and the problem is we're seeing that vast amount of water getting transferred back down to the ground, and of course the ground drains, etc., can't cope with that amount of rainfall. You can see here a reasonably clear sky over the UK, and what we're going to be seeing is the vast majority of kind of central and northern France, north through the UK, through Belgium, the Netherlands, up into Denmark, all the way up into parts of Scandinavia. We're going to be seeing mild and reasonably sunny conditions, temperatures slightly above normal for this time of year, particularly so across parts of Denmark, through the Low Countries, where it could be seeing 16 or 17 Celsius in places like Amsterdam and Rotterdam, up through, down by Brussels, up to Copenhagen. We've also got temperatures of double digits up through Oslo and Stockholm as well. So very, very pleasant conditions. This here cut-off area low pressure is actually transferring the high pressure system itself, building heights back up towards the UK. So the surface high as well as the mid and upper level high pressure ridge is going to support sunnier skies, calm conditions, light winds. So of course temperatures by day 10 to 14, 10 to 13 perhaps, cooler conditions slightly compared to what we've seen. We don't have that southerly wind flow like we have seen so persistently over recent times. But certainly a settled pattern, daytime temperatures, like I say, 10 to 13 Celsius. By nighttime, we're going to be seeing widespread frost, maybe temperatures down towards -1, -2 Celsius at night, because of the clear skies and the light winds. It's allowing any kind of daytime heat to then escape quickly back to space once that sun sets. It's just simply that time of year now that we're seeing that. It doesn't need to be a mega cold air mass to produce frosty nights at this time of year. This here little strip of cloud, may I add, is a frontal system. Behind the front is very, very cold air. We're seeing that getting forced down over the next 24 to 48 hours. Places like Archangel, St. Petersburg, through Moscow, temperatures are going to struggle to get -2, -3 Celsius by daytime, and by nighttime we can be seeing quite widely, even in the cities, inner cities of Moscow and St. Petersburg, we'll be seeing temperatures push -10 Celsius at night. So winter is back to parts of Eastern Europe. Very mild conditions, like I say, across Germany and Poland. We can be seeing temperatures towards 18 or even 19 Celsius in places like Munich, Berlin, over to Warsaw as well. And of course, the settled conditions across the central and northwestern Europe, up into Scandinavia, remaining unsettled, folks, across parts of Iberia, through southern France and then into Italy. Unfortunately, this pattern doesn't seem to want to change. The reason being is the area of low pressure is a cut-off low pressure, so it's going to sit, it's going to spin, and continue to keep it unsettled over this part of Europe. And unfortunately, with that southerly flow being persistent, we're going to be seeing over the next few days persistent, heavy flooding rainfall across this part of the world. It wouldn't surprise me, folks, if we see another series of videos coming out, reports of more flash flooding, even in parts of northern Spain, through southern France, and of course the region of northwestern Italy. The topography, the ingredients of weather coming together, is all going against this region, and we're very likely to see unsettled conditions. So I hope you have a terrific weekend. I hope you're not working. I'm working.